Good morning, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for October 31st, 2014, Friday. Happy Halloween. It's Friday morning around 6:58 in the morning. The sun's coming up and it's going to be a cloudy day today. Highs in the 50s. Tomorrow we're going to get cold rain and might end with some snow. Some news to report. The Boston Bruins beat Buffalo Sabres by a score of 3-2 in overtime. Good win for the Bruins. They're back at 500. And also, Chicago Blackhawks forward Marian Hossa recorded his 1,000th career point. And also, Oklahoma City Thunder guard Russell Westbrook suffered a fracture of his hand and he's going to be out for a while. That's not a good sign for the Thunder because Durant's out for a while and then Westbrook's out for a while. Could be tough for the Thunder to win Northwest Division, but they'll still win it no matter what, I think. And that's about it on news. And one other thing, before my first video subject of the day, prayers to legendary Boston sports anchor Bob Newmeyer. Bob Newmeyer has been hospitalized because of a stroke, and he's been on WBZ TV4. He was the play-by-play announcer for the Boston Bruins. He hosted sports radio shows on WEI, and he's currently a sports anchor for Comcast Sportsnet New England. So prayers to Bob Newmeyer. Get well soon, Newmy. And my next subject is my continuation series of the top 10 list of everything and anything. And I've reached the top 10 greatest Boston TV sports female anchors of all time. Some of these female sports anchors have gone on to bigger and better things in national stuff because Boston's like a kind of a breeding ground for several of the female ladies on sports TV stations to be looked up by the national networks like Fox, ESPN, TNT and stuff like that, and they do some national works. And now here's the top 10 greatest Boston TV sports female anchors of all time. Number 10 on the all-time list is Alex Cordry. She's currently the weekend anchor of the sports news on Channel 7, WHDH. She's been there for a year. She's also a reporter for WHDH TV. She came from like Washington, D.C. and Alabama. She has a great personality, great smile, nice legs. She comes in at number 10. Number 9 on the all-time list, the greatest Boston television sports female anchors of all time, Julie Donaldson. Julie was with WHDH TV7 for about 8 months in 2008. She's now on Comcast Sportsnet Mid-Atlantic and does some work for NBC and NBCSN. Julie is very great, and she has nice legs and a great smile. Number 8 on the all-time list of greatest Boston TV sports female anchors of all time, Jade McCarthy. She was the host of NESN Sports Desk, which evolved into NESN Sports Daily for about 2 years, 2010-2011. Jade's now with ESPN, and she was great hosting it for NESN. Number 7 on the all-time list of greatest Boston TV sports female anchors of all time, Christian Massiliati. Christian was with NESN. She co-hosted Front Row with a guy named Tom Caron. Tom Caron's still going strong. Christian eventually went to NECN, and then with WCVV Channel 5, she anchored the weekend sports news for Channel 5 in 2001, and then she disappeared from the business, which, she kind of had talent to maybe still stick on after like 2000s. I'm surprised she's not been back on TV since, but she's raising her kids, I hear. Number 6 on the all-time list of Boston's greatest Boston sports television female anchors, Jamie Parker. Jamie was a sports host for NESN Sports Desk, and also she did reporting for Boston College sports and stuff like that. She's been in the television business for over 20 years, and she's kind of underrated for her role like at NESN. Number 5 on the all-time list of greatest Boston sports TV anchors female of all time, Carolyn Manno. Carolyn was Comcast Sportsnet Central anchor for a few years. She also did some Celtics and sideline reporting. She's now on NBC SN and NBC Sports, which is pretty good. And she's honed her craft in Boston. She comes in at number 5, number 4 on the all-time list of greatest Boston's TV sports female anchors of all time. Jessica Moran. Jessica is still with Comcast Sportsnet. She hosts Sportsnet Central. She also does some Red Sox reporting and Celtics reporting. She's on the Red Sox beat a lot, and she has a great personality. She's popular, and I'm surprised that a national network hasn't scooped Jessica up yet, because she's such talented. She comes in at number 4, number 3 on the all-time list of greatest Boston TV sports female anchors of all time. Alice Cook. Alice Cook worked for WBZ for over 20 years. She was a sports anchor. She also did a lot of reporting for the Red Sox and Patriots and Bruins and Celtics. She was actually a competitive figure skater back in the days, and she left the television business in 2010, but she had a great career in Boston sports television. She comes in at number 3, number 2 on the all-time list of greatest Boston TV sports female anchors of all time. Wendy Nix. Wendy Nix worked for NESN, FSN New England, and WHDH TV7. She was great as a sports anchor. She did a lot of hosting of some shows. She's now with ESPN, and she comes in at number 2 on the all-time list. And the number 1 greatest Boston TV sports female anchor of all time, Hazel May. Hazel May was the anchor of NESN Sports Desk from 2004 to 2008. She was very popular with the fans during that time. She eventually went on to do other stuff, hosting a host for MLB Network. Now she works for Rogers Sportsnet in her native Canada, and she's pretty good. Everybody misses Hazel around Boston, and that's about it for this list. It's a very impressive list, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. I'll be back in a few more minutes to tell you part 2 of the Hooters stories for me being a customer from August 1999 through December 1999, because I had some time restrictions last night. I was supposed to do that last night, but I had some time restrictions. But I'm going to continue on to the end of 1999. I can't tell you the whole story at all to 2007, because it would take over 2.5 hours to tell you, and I don't want to do that. I want to chop it up in segments and stuff like that. We'll eventually get to everything with that. And don't forget, Facebook friends and YouTube followers, send me in the questions. I need questions for these video blogs, and they'll be back. They'll be answered. And don't forget, coming soon to these YouTube videos and Facebook videos, blogs about Julie Broughton, Local News 6. Julie has a nice smile, and she got great legs. Heidi Lee Pratt, who has the best smile in the world and the greatest legs in the world. Janelle Tobin, Crystal Pistol, Tony Ramos, Dee Patel, Lash, Whedon Nobus, Donald Beauregard, Bruce Coleman, want to put a wager on that, Richie, and Angelo, who goes in the market basket every single day and scratches hundreds upon hundreds of dollars scratch figures. He wins nothing. Have a good day, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. See you in a few minutes.